Hello everyone, my name is Amelia, and welcome back to another video. This is probably going to be one of my worst quality videos that I've put out in a while, but I just wanted to give a life update video, let people know that there has been a lot going on lately, and I figured it was at least worth putting a video out there. So hopefully I can try to sum this up as quick as I can possibly can. First off, you're probably noticing that I'm kind of gargly. And it's kind of funny because I haven't even noticed how bad it was until I start talking right now. It was about 2 days ago. I got off work, and ever since, I just have been kind of really congested. Not really like, it's kind of hard to explain. I'm very, very, very certain that it's just seasonal, because it's just like a lot of other things. I got really bad migraines and stuff like that, but I haven't like lost my sense of taste or anything like that, or any of the real calming COVID symptoms, but it's been just, in general, it's just been very difficult for me to get by. And I don't even know how I feel about it right now. Like, I really should probably go and get tested. But that's one of the difficulties with working, you know, when it is possible that you can catch COVID, and someone like me relies so heavily on your paycheck, you know, and when it's possible that you could lose that money at any minute. You work so hard, and you already feel like you've called out of so many other days just because of mental health conditions and other things. It can be very difficult to just sit there and think, like, in this moment, be like, well, if I don't feel better in the morning, then maybe I should call out another day to try to relax and stuff like that. But just in general, it's a very difficult situation. And I'm not going to dwell on that in this video. I really want to talk about more things going on in my life, and it's kind of upsetting because as some of you know, I do live a very open public life online. I have always been very open about myself. I've always shared a lot of information, and it's been very frustrating as somebody who deals with mental health conditions to not actually be able to share as much. I am so frantic right now. This alone, like, I have been sleeping like half the day, and I've not been getting better. It's been very difficult to get through this. I am going through a lot in my life, and it's very difficult to feel like that just based on the sensitivity of a lot of the information. I feel like it's difficult for me. I can't really publicly share a lot of this information right now. Maybe in the upcoming months, I can talk more freely and openly about some of the things that I have been going through. I know I've hinted at it before, like, I'm going through a divorce, but publicly I don't want to talk about that just yet until it's something that has been completely free and clear, just because of out of sensitivity of respect of my ex. It would definitely be something I do want to talk about eventually. Like, I really do want to make a video just highlighting the whole things about being transgender and the separations of losing somebody you love so closely and dearly, and then having to go through the anxieties of watching that person move on. That's a video in its own. I'm also going through some other issues, and, like, for example, I highlighted that I just got diagnosed with ADHD. Everything wants me all at once. And it was just this past Tuesday that I finally got I finally got the official diagnosis. And I had been diagnosed with it, but I still was, I'll clarify that. I was diagnosed with it unofficially. I had gotten the past official diagnosis this past Tuesday, which meant that I did finally have the letter in hand from a certified psychologist that now I can take to a doctor for treatment. As far as that goes, I am planning to go both the route of mental health treatment through my psychologist and my therapist, as well as medication treatment. And the ADHD aspect is something altogether different, and it also ties into another situation I'm dealing with right now that I can't publicly share anything about, just out of sensitivity of the sensitivity of the situation, because I've even come to learn that this individual that I'm dealing with has been stalking my videos. So it's one of those things where if I share this information, it could be used against me, even though I'm not sharing it out of ill intent. So I'm not going to share it right now. But hopefully in the next month or two, it is something that I can talk about. Hopefully, very soon. Because I really do, I do like to publicly record these things. Anyways, besides that, I'm just trying to survive day by day, and you know, it's just been really difficult this past couple weeks. You know, I made that video about having to return the dog, and then, you know, and there's always been good things, and then there's always been really bad things that have always happened. It's a very difficult situation when you feel like you fight and fight and fight for your survival. And there's so many people that don't care, or the people that do care just can't do anything, or they're afraid to do something. And I just can't wait for this whole thing to be over. And it's just one of those things. I just want touching on one thing I can say publicly is I do feel very much alone in this entire thing. I am a Christian believer, and that's the only thing, that is the only thing keeping me here, is being able to go to church and being able to pray and being able to listen to my worship music. It is the only, I have some people who are just wowed by my strength and my endurance and by my ability to withstand these trials I'm going through. And I've had people ask me, why are you still here? And the conclusion really can only come down to one thing. It can only come down to the fact that I have a very strong commitment to my faith, to my Lord and Creator. I know some people are probably turned off by that stuff, but I can honestly say without a doubt that it's the only thing. I would otherwise not be here. And that's why I tell people like my supervisors at my job that I'm also struggling at, that is so important for me to be able to go into church. And that's why it hurts when I'm basically told, oh, sorry, we can't make accommodations for that. And we're told we can't let you go. That's just a complete ignorance to the one thing, to the very few things that are actually keeping the health and well-being of your employee, when I have specifically told you that it's the only thing that keeps me sane. I'm very concerned for myself. I'm very concerned for my mental health. When I was sitting down with my psychologist last week for my ADHD testing, I don't know, I think I mentioned this on video before. I had a mental breakdown back in June. And and I remember just completely losing touch with reality and getting to the point that I had to just go home, and eventually I ended up calling into Sedgwick and they approved me to go on leave over mental health. I told him, he asked me more information, and then he actually asked me, he said, "Has anybody ever told you what happened?" And I told him, I said, "No, nobody has ever described to me what happened." And he said, you had a disassociation with reality. You became so overwhelmed that you just lost touch with everything around you. And that's concerning. He even sat there and told me, that's concerning to a serious mental health condition. And that's why it's so important that you find help for just everything in general. Because stuff like this can develop into much more severe mental health conditions. So that being said, there's a lot in front of me, and I feel I'm hard on myself. I'm hard on myself when I try. When I'm living in fear every day. And I just want to be free. And I just want to live my life, and I can't. And then I have my down days, and then I'm tortured by other individuals for doing that. When I'm told I'm stupid. And I'm a freak. And then that's starting to get into information I can't share right now. And that's going to be a whole video in its own when the time comes. Anyways, this video has gotten long enough. This is just your update. And as you can see, there's a lot going on. And it's probably, I don't even know how informative this video is other than just demonstrating a need. There might be finally some, I keep feeling like I see a light around the corner. I can see in the distance a corner that can be turned, and there's a light shining from behind the corner, but there's a fear that that light is only a sham. So it's very difficult for me to have hope. So I'm gonna end this video here. I need love and support. I thought by now in my life things would be better. I keep looking back and thinking, I thought there was things you conquered before, and you haven't. It's either new forms of things or whatever else. Freaking here I am on camera. Dressed, I didn't even take any time into my appearance. I smell, I need to take a shower. I had no time to prepare my setting. I just had to basically turn my camera on and just go. I feel very low self-esteem right now. And that doesn't help when there's people that, let alone having a lack of people that build me up, there is an overabundance of people that tear me down. So, I'm going to drop that there. I will see everyone in the next video. Bye.